got the metro running by. I don't use underground metro, I use all above ground metro. So we've got industry to the left. And, it's just going to be a quick little glimpse over. I've brought the freeway in, so freeway runs right down through the city. We're going to branch out heading down that way next. There's not quite 10,000 population as yet, so we're still on tile number 1, but I've managed to do a hell of a lot in here. Just have a quick look around. So we've got commercial here on the left, which starts the commercial centre. It runs all the way down through here, and then we've got forestry just here. All this is forestry. We have metro that runs to it. Behind the metro cuts through the farm, through the top of the farm. We've got one of our little outer suburbs just down here. I haven't finished the detailing out this suburb. I've just put it down just now. I've got a couple of little high density just at the front here, but this is going to be dissipating, so we're going to be coming out. This all down here is going to be the city, all in this area. So we'll go back up here. This is just the industrial area, and we've got full metro running through all the way. So that bin's looking pretty full. So yeah, I brought the city in. These interchanges, they're working pretty well. So they're working so well because I've been able to dissect the traffic, and you give multiple routes where people want to go and where the trucks and that have got to go, and you divert the traffic. So give them many options, and you'll save yourself a whole lot of grief. So we'll go up to the first interchange here, which is only temporary interchange. This will hold traffic for quite a while yet though. And we come in here, we've got our got one of our stations. We've got some high density in here. Commercial, we've got the park obviously. That there's making us an absolute killing. So the park's going off. It's not finished yet, but it is level 5. We've got metro and buses all hooked up together. No monorail or anything as yet. This takes us down to a touristy area, only a small one, but it's near the park. And this is all the nightlife. We've got the Big Ben clock down here, and yeah, we've got some nightlife, nightclubs and stuff like that going on. The reason it's in this section is because I'm going to have some offices along this way, which we've got in that back corner, and I've just put all the high dense housing just starting to go up now. So all of this is going to be high dense, and we're going to turn this into the city block. Got a nice little library out over here. So we've got some low dense residential still there, hanging on by the skin of their teeth. Same as this way. It'll all be high density. And we come up here, we've got the education centre of the city, the education hub. So the majority of the schooling is in here. And they've got full access all around. We've also got another library up here, so 2 libraries because of such a high density population that'll be here, and the university as well. So everything's hooked up by metro everywhere. Everywhere has buses. It's all running well. It's our only 2 office blocks at the moment. We'll head on down here. Low density. This will all be high dense soon enough. We've got the retirement village here. So these guys are doing okay. Of course it is night time, so we're going to have a bit more traffic than usual, but this will just show that all the high density that is here, it is handling it well. I haven't got any need for traffic lights as yet. So hospital's over here. Done a little bit of work to the hospital. Got a little touristy Plaza of the Dead there too, just behind the hospital, and just a little bit of tourism shops just here. The rest of it's just standard commercial, and that's one high dense there that's just levelling up as we speak. And this takes us over to the 3rd metro station, which is on the back of the forestry and the farm's just ahead of that, so we'll cut down this way. And the road structure's all doing well. Everyone's got paths. Everywhere leads everywhere, and most of the time they don't have to cross the road anywhere, so pedestrians can get around really well. Place is full of parks. We've got some barriers up on the freeway, interconnections through here. We've got walkways for everyone as well. Like I said, they can access walkways all over. This is coming down to the residential area. It's going to keep this nice and small, no high density through here. When we get across there, we're going to be putting in the ferry line in about here somewhere, and we're also going to bring the train line in. So the train and ferries will hook up here, and this metro line will continue through and hook up to that as well. So metro, train and ferry, it'll be a transport hub of the city, the main one just here. And so it's all coming along pretty good. That's the end of the freeway here, so I don't expect like much traffic to come through. At the moment, because they take the fastest ways, they will take this intersection, but that on-ramp will be gone. It'll only be on this side, so that'll force the traffic to continue on down this way. Okay. For instance, if I take this away, just for now, and we better continue this freeway section here as 3 lanes. Whatever, so they can come on here. All right, they can come on, but they can't exit off. So I'm not going to do it now. I'm going to put that back, but that's just to show that the clutter that you get at night time. All right, so now we have forced the traffic down to this one, and this is the end of the road. So let's see how we go here. Actually, I'll keep it paused for a sec. This is also going to be suburbs, so no high density in this area. We've got the library and just a little bit of place for leisure for the townsfolk that are here. I do have to cut a path in through here somewhere, this crossing, so those homes will have to go and make way for a footpath to run through. Let's do that now, and then I'll go. Actually, I won't. We'll go back and watch that traffic come in. So this is the last of the high density. It's too big right now, but I haven't unlocked my policy for high-rise ban yet. So they're just going to have to grow till they are, and then I'll demolish them and put the high-rise ban on. Same as here, high-rise ban, but except for these 4, I want these 4 to go as tall as they wish to. The rest will be high-rise band in here, and the city will start sort of surrounding it from there. So this is the tourism nightlife area, which is TNL, which I mentioned. So the city plan's working pretty well. The road structure's not too bad. This one's going to go out and interconnect with the freeway over there, so we'll put a trumpet over that way to bring people in. This here will become an arterial, a 6-lane road right through, because we're right on the skirts of industry right here, generic along there, forestry and farming. So this will become a 6-lane arterial road that'll go straight across the river as well. So I've already planned that out. This will also become an arterial from here, and a thicker collector will run through here as we upgrade this to the city. This will also become a 6-lane arterial, which then's going to go out to just behind there where the rocks are. That's all iron ore over there, so that's why that one's cutting up that way. And this one down here will become a collector against the monorail. Will become a collector down through here. The ferry, train and monorail and metro will all hook up there, and that'll just run the coastline out that way. This one will run through the centre, and that one's going to hook up to the freeway. So it's all planned, and we're going to watch this become overwhelmed at the moment. I'm going to put it on 3 times, and all this traffic's going to make its way down to here. Oh, they're going to do a U-turn. Okay, that's interesting. I didn't expect that. I didn't expect that. No way. I did not expect that. This game is totally and utterly just ridiculous. We've got ourselves a bit of a traffic build-up, and yeah. I didn't expect that. I thought they were going to come up here and cut through and then go back this way across the bridge, which would have made sense. So yeah, very strange that they're doing that. But this game is very weird, and the traffic behaves in all sorts of crazy ways. So if I did make this an arterial straight away, they'll all start coming down this way, but it is the night time. It is the night time, and the traffic does behave in all sorts of ways. So I could possibly put this back, which I may just do now, because we certainly weren't quite ready for that. Oh. And this was our little intersection piece here.
Speak my name.
Oh, we got to straighten this up a bit, and we'll also take that one back out to its connection. I actually think I had this a little bit shorter. Should have rolled the same. So let's try that again. We'll bring that down now. Use our dirt road. There's our original connection. For some reason it's behaving very strangely. Alright, we'll just change this back to the 2-lane after here, and we'll run the 2 lanes back till we hit here. It becomes 3 again, and there's our 3. We don't need the barriers on here. There's no actual residential here. We'll just take this back up. Come on, game, don't be silly. Oh dear Lord. There we go, alright. They shall be pleased that they have this back. Let's get our standard 2 ways here. And we'll get rid of them lights, obviously. Hey, you can't do that. Oh dear. All sorts of kerfuffle going on right now. Yeah, turn around. That's right, people. So, I'll just give this a moment to clear up, and then I'm going to put some lights on. Oh, look at this shit. Alright, look, this game really fucking pisses me off sometimes. To no end. It just does that, just for no reason. So, I think we're going to light that one, and we're going to put lights on this one as well. Now that we're back in the daytime. We've got all the tourism area just here at the front. We've got our park. We've got our mix of high dense and low density here. There's only 6,000 in town. Over to the left here we have just the generic industry. We've got forestry just up here behind it. We've got metro hooked up there. We've got the farm behind that. And we've got a small suburb here, which is the end of the metro line for now. Still only the first square. So I don't want to branch out just yet, even though I've unlocked 3 more tiles. I'm not ready. I want to get the city up and operational before I start branching out. So and that's when I'll have to do some proper interchanges through here. At the moment we are handling the traffic pretty well until I took this on-ramp away, and then they decided to go down here and do a U-turn and come all the way back up, which would have made sense had they have just gone up and turned left and left again past the hospital. They would have been going where they wanted. So I don't know, this game and its mechanics really behave in a strange, unpredictable way. So we want more residential. This collector here is going to become an arterial, and it's going to hook up to that freeway. And this collector will also become a secondary arterial that'll go into the ore area where that big rock is and go down the centre of the next tile. And then this collector here will run along the coastline. So we'll have 3 main arterials through. But I want to finish off this run 1 grid square right now, and this is PS4, and it's extremely hard to get anything to work on PS4, but patience, persistence and a whole lot of digging and no mods. Why these guys are stopping, I don't know. They act like absolute fuck stains in this game. The traffic does. Behaves in just ridiculous ways. Alright, and it does that to fuck your traffic up. It does it deliberately, the game does. So it's just, you just got to grin and bear it and just put up with the shit. So no traffic mods, no nothing, just PlayStation 4. But you can build some good shit, you know. You'll get some wonky stuff like this that I can do nothing about for this metro line, because I did have it from here and I had to run it underground because I couldn't get it across this section here. So by doing it freehand and making it all dodgy, wonky like that, it's the only way that I could get it across. So you just have to put up with some of the garbage, but you still achieve what you need to. From a distance you can't tell, but I know that it's like that and I don't like it like that. So yeah, pedestrian access is everywhere. I might just do a quick transport check at the moment, and I'm actually waiting so I can put the high-rise band down in these sections. Just let these 4 go maximum height. Once again, this guy's just maxed out. I might leave that one be, but I only wanted 4 in the centre to be tall, and I wanted just my businesses just to be maxed out. So I want to put a high-rise band on these guys and keep them about the height of this fella here. Now I could go through and get around it by making them historical buildings, but as soon as I get to 15,000, they're all going to be high-rise band anyway, and they'll all demolish at the same time, and that'll fill the cemeteries up. So it'll cause chaos there for a while. We'll just have a sticky beak here. I might actually just follow this train line for a second, the metro. We'll just have a quick little view just around town. The metro's not running at full capacity at the moment, but there is enough to sustain the line for now anyways. And I'm just going to take this stop sign out, because this game will cheat the fuck out of you. No matter how good your traffic is, it'll cheat the fuck out of you. It'll just cause traffic for no reason, and it'll make cars stop in the middle of intersections for no reason. It just does all sorts of weird stuff. It's a great game, it's a very technical game, but it will shit you to tears and make you pull your hair out. As you can see, the metro line right there is pretty wonky donkey, and I can't do a thing about it. I don't have Move It mods. I actually had to dig down in the ground. It cost me about $70,000 to put that bridge piece through. So it's expensive and it's tricky on console, but if you persist and you keep trying, you'll eventually get it fairly good. So that wonky donkey bridge we just went over, I had to actually bury that under the ground there because I couldn't get it across no matter what. And there was one little tiny spot of a millimetre that would let me place it, and so I took advantage of that and it was wonky donkey. But hey, it's above ground, not underground, and I don't do underground metro. So it's all very hilly. The reason I can't drop it down any lower because it's too low to cross the road, so I had to just try and ease it down. We look at the topography. This is a big hill, and you see I've had to dig down and around through here, dig down and around, so I had to dig to get all the connections sort of get going and stuff, and that's all part of it. It's got to be fixed. It's not going to stay like that. And you know, I really don't need lights here, and I never did. These intersections are very standard. It's just a collector in the middle of a freeway, but they work. They work until you get about 25,000 population, and then you've got to actually put proper interchanges in. So I've actually made everyone pay to have to go through the gates when they cross, all the bridges, and I think this one's free. Nah, I'm ripping them off here too. That's why I called the park, I changed names. It was called Rort City. So I was ripping them off and forcing them to pay maximum fee just to go shopping and stuff, so, and to get to that metro or to get across to work from over here. So that's how I was able to make the money I did to get this one tile with so much expensive stuff in it. I've only just placed that down, that school. I want to take just a moment just to check the bus lines. So we've just got this one running around the block, through the high density, through the education. This is the education area. We've got the university here. We've got the library here. I've done a bit of decorating, it's not finished yet, but we're getting there. We've got the elementary and high schools here. So we've got a bus line that drops all the kids off and that. We've got a school bus that run, and we've got 2 school buses that run, so they handle that. Got another library the other side of the high density here, just to keep up with the education. So, and I just give them nice little areas. It keeps the it keeps the land value up and the education going. So once you put high density down, you start lacking education real fast. So you got to do whatever you can to keep it going. That there, I didn't have a choice. Every time I flattened it out, the land, it would just bring up a big massive tunnel every time, no matter what I did. So that was the only way that I could get around it. So it was slight. It's not realistic there, but I couldn't do anything else. If I try to raise it, it turns it into a bridge that cuts this road up in the air to the height of what the bridge is for some reason. I don't know why. I dug it down a mile and tried to put it through that way, and when I built the land back up, it went all stupid again. So I'm just trying to cope with it as it throws at you. And PlayStation's pretty bloody hard to play this game on and keep the traffic under control. Let's have a look at it right now. And we're sitting at 92%, a few hot spots, no jams at the moment. But that's a good indication that when the population rises,
yes,
they're going to get choked up. So got to be pretty careful.
Not having
we're starting to fill up our bins are getting full pretty soon, but hopefully we're going to be able to get these unlocked. We'll be running 20,000 a week. If I put that down there, we're going to be running pretty hot on traffic. I could put one down this end if it doesn't destroy the bridge. Alright, that one's doing pretty well, so we'll start emptying this one out. And that's got all the water there. And that's just an education thing. Not enough educated workers, but if we look at the stats, education, I well and truly got it spread out and we got public transport that leads everywhere, and I'm well and truly covered. So capacity of 400, only 119 users. People are happy. 3% unemployment, which is an issue, so I like to keep it about 9%. Death care and health care is fully covered. We've got plenty of fire stations, plenty of police. Land values coming up, so that's why we start getting a couple of little hiccups here and there. It's nothing to worry about. Noise pollution away from all the residential, except for the pass-through areas, but that's low residential there. They're okay. So the residential areas are pretty well protected from all the noise, so I've not had any dramas yet. And we've got plenty of parks around. We've got the hospital over here on this side of the city, so it pretty much circumnavigates what we got on this entire tile, and that's why it's over here. It's like right in the heart of it. So I'm going to open up another tile fairly soon. This is going to be the big intercity transportation. There's ferries, buses, trains, monorails. They're all going to go from here. So I'm just going to leave that as is, and we'll start to continue the freeway down, which is then going to turn where that railway bridge is going across the river. We're going to go down to there and hook across and hook up to that freeway there, because I'm not going to buy the tile at the back behind there. I'm only going to go as far back as that one, and we're going to take this section, we're going to take all of this in the middle. So 3, 6, 9. I'm not too sure about the others, so I like it out this way. It's nice to build out here and bring that that dam, turn it into a dam, into play. You can do some really cool stuff out there, and the airport behind it, between the freeway and that waterway. But we'll see as we go. I can only sort of follow it. This is fucked up, man. Wasn't like this before. So we can throw down a 4-laner through here and try and split them up. The game's trying to get me to buy that tile, and it'll do this to force that on, but I'm going to tell the game to go fuck itself, because I won't be dictated to how I'm going to build. So we're going to leave that as is. And that should bring the traffic either through here or over to this intersection, and I'll have to put a proper interchange in there, which is probably better than that one. So I may need to change in there, leave that as a small one, and put another main one in the next tile. So that's pretty much the plan. So I'm going to leave this one here, and I'm just going to load up my very first one that I built. Was this one, and I'll show you what the game will do to you on PlayStation. It'll bend you over and fuck bit. It'll let you spend 200-300 hours building, and then it'll jam its big fucking dick right up your ass, and it'll just give you the big bird and say fuck you. So this one I spent over 200 hours on, and it's just plagued. I've done everything that I could to diverge all the traffic. It's got the freeway running through. I've done all the lane mechanics, the lane mathematics, and it's just absolutely fucked. So it's if I let this play for about 10 minutes, the whole place is just absolutely fucking rooted. So I use this one, or I used it to unlock trophies and some of the plazas. So I used this one before I had any DLCs. So I'm running mass transit and park life. They're the only 2 DLCs I've got. Park life is just so I can do the decorating a little bit better, and I like all the road structures in mass transit. I like the monorail as well, so, and the ferries. So even though ferries are pretty useless, I still like them. But as you can see, this was the first city I built. I didn't really have much of an idea. You know, the traffic is not terribly good, and that's because of the road structure. So I've got 4 lanes running into singles, and I didn't really have any idea. I'd overbuilt a lot of things. We're still making $7 grand a week, but you know, I put this was all I had. That is the fun park, and you get a Ferris wheel. So this is 2 years ago, and yeah, using underground metros and just all sorts of garbage. For some reason there's a library down here. It just makes no sense. The panda sanctuary, all this standard in-game stuff, I don't use them at all. That's the zoo. Hello zoo. It's a fucking dandy, isn't it? So compared to what we got now, the game's come a long way. But yeah, as far as this build goes, you have no choice but to run freeways through your city once you start getting it bigger. I've still got tiles to unlock here as well. So I've still got 3 available, and I'm not going to continue it on. I'm just going to leave it here. This here says money maker, and that's just a fucking outright lie. It's not a money maker. But anyway, I got trains running. Like, this is how I used to build. The way that the standard game builds train lines, you know. Like, come on, man, watch this thing bottom out. Douche, it's even coming off the rail there. Like, Jesus Christ. That's how City Skylines build their rail lines, like this. There's no slight grade, or there's no level crossing, or digging the freeway down a bit and going under. It's just, yeah, it's all up to you how you do it. So this was my first attempt, and as you can see, I didn't have any idea how to build freeways, so I just was using the in-game garbage, and yeah, this frustrated me for so long. So long, it frustrated the hell out of me. And then I learnt more over the 2 years about growing the city. You'll see I've got every collector and arterial has got buildings on it. Like, the biggest thing I've learnt in the 2 years of playing this game on console is don't build anything, nothing at all on arterials or collector roads. Build nothing, not a single thing. Always have a back road to them, and leave your collectors and your arterials alone. Leave them be. Traffic sitting at 74. The city's doomed, okay? There's just mass problems everywhere. I thought the way to get around things was doing these massive roundabouts. As you can see, if you don't have a good road structure, roundabouts are not going to help you ever. Alright, so don't judge me on this one. This is my first build. All the I got 10 million buses running. It's not walker friendly, it's not bike friendly. All those things come into play. So underground metros, nah, never. I won't use them, not now. But back in this day, sure. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to call the stream there. I just wanted to show that. And the more you play, the more you learn, and the more you experiment, the better you get. Enjoy all. Thanks for watching.